Hi, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we will look at the latest pending home sales numbers and see what this means for us going forward. The pending sales numbers are important because they give us a good indication of what will happen in the near future. Pending sales usually translate to closed sales after 30 to 45 days. It could be 60 days in some areas. According to the National Association of Realtors or NAR, pending home sales fell in December. That's 2 straight months of declines. NAR tracks 4 major US regions and all 4 major regions posted both month-over-month and year-over-year drop in contract activity. Bit of a caution here. Remember, we are still comparing these numbers to 2020, which was not a normal year for real estate. And also, these 2 months of decline could also be seasonal. So at this point, I think we need to see the next set of pending sales numbers for January, February, and March. And as we head into the spring selling season, if those numbers are down or keeps going down, then we could say that yes, we are definitely looking at a slowdown. The actual pending home sales index fell 3.8% to 117.7 in December. Year-over-year transactions decreased by 6.9%. According to Lawrence Yun, chief economist for NAR, pending home sales faded towards the end of 2021 as a diminished housing supply offered consumers very few options. Mortgage rates have climbed steadily the last several weeks, which unfortunately will ultimately push aside marginal buyers. So this is another thing to keep in mind or to keep track of. What is also or could also be affecting our pending sales numbers and sales in general is the lack of inventory. In other words, is pending sales down because of the lack of buyer activity, or is it down because of lack of inventory? Now, those are 2 totally different things. If it's a lack of inventory and we still have buyer demand, that would mean that there will still be a lot of pricing pressure upwards. Yoon also mentioned mortgage rates, and this is something that has put quite a shock into the market. Most everyone expected that the mortgage rates would go up, but not many people expected it to go up this fast and this early in the year. While I do not see these high interest rates affecting the overall market, it will certainly affect those first-time home buyers that are already struggling to compete. Like Yoon said, it will ultimately push aside marginal buyers. Looking at 2021, overall, even with the slowdown in the last couple of months, it was still a great period for housing in terms of the number of sales and price appreciation. We are still hitting record highs. Yoon also said that the market will likely endure a major reduction in sales as mortgage rates continue to edge higher. Like I said, I don't expect these higher mortgage rates to translate into a real estate slowdown in terms of activity. There is simply too many very strong buyers out there. And if you're thinking that there is a bubble that might be bursting, this is one of the biggest difference that we have right now when compared to 2008. The buyers that we have are not speculators and are actually all well-qualified buyers. If you're wondering what rates would look like at the end of the year, the forecast for the 30-year fixed mortgage rate could be as high as 3.9% by the 4th quarter. Last year, most experts in the industry were just forecasting rates to be between 3.5% and 3.75%. In terms of existing home sales, they're forecasted to dip by 2.8% to 5.95 million units. This past December marks the 3rd straight month of increased home construction activity. There is also expectation that more sellers will come to the market this year, which will help slow down price appreciation for 2022. Kind of good news for buyers and also still good news for sellers. So far, the home price appreciation forecast is around 5%, which really hasn't changed from the earlier forecast. So we're starting to see a little bit of equilibrium. I mean, we're not there, but this added inventory from new construction and added inventory from sellers, plus higher mortgage rates, will help slow down this overheated market that we have. Now, here's the thing for my Bay Area people. In the immediate Bay Area, I'm talking about Marin, San Francisco, San Mateo, Santa Clara, parts of Alameda and Contra Costa counties. This really doesn't mean anything for us. Expect the same thing. And by that, I mean multiple offers, lack of inventory, and most likely still waiving contingencies upfront to be competitive. However, for the general market, what we've seen according to NAR is that fewer buyers are waiving contingencies. Nationally, home buyers are getting less aggressive to waive appraisals, home inspections, and other contingencies. This is according to the most recent survey that was done. The survey said that 19% of buyers waived the inspection contingency in December. down from a peak of 27% in July of 2021. Furthermore, only 21% of buyers waived appraisal contract contingency, down from 29% in June of 2021. Other contingencies that they noted, buyers are also less willing to waive financial or loan contingency, a home sale contingency, or a title contingency. And the reason for this is that while buyers are still willing to pay top dollar for homes, they are making sure that they are getting their money's worth. I kind of liken what is happening right now to when there is a new product that comes on the market and you have early adopters that would just buy whatever is out there so that they could have it first. Think of that as the 2020 and the 2021 market. And when we head into 2022, we have the buyers that are saying, okay, that looks good, I'd like to buy it, but I want this and that, and I just don't want to settle for what's out there. I'm willing to wait. You know, kind of like the iPhone when it first came out 12 years ago. People lined up and bought whatever was available. Now, people are still buying, but more of a wait and see attitude. Hopefully that's a good analogy. This not waiving contingencies is good for buyers and not really bad for sellers. It gives the buyers peace of mind. At least they know that they have all the facts and more importantly, make a decision based on those facts before moving forward. For sellers, all this means is putting out a good product out there, presenting your house in the best light, making necessary repairs, having or getting a pre-inspection before putting your house on the market so that you limit any surprises. And of course, pricing is key. You can't just slap a price on it and expect it to sell. That ship has sailed. Now let's go back to our pending home sales numbers. But first, the list of the hottest markets or most improved markets over the past year according to Realtor.com. The December data showed that the 40 largest metros, the most improved markets over the past year were Orlando, Kissimmee, and Sanford, Florida, Tampa, St. Petersburg, Florida, Jacksonville, Florida, Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington, Texas, and Denver, Aurora, Lakewood, Colorado. These markets are still hot. And finally, the December pending home sales regional breakdown. Month over month, the Northeast Index fell 1.2% to 98.2 in December, a 10.5% decline from a year ago. In the Midwest, the index dropped 3.7% to 112.8 last month, down 1.2% from December of 2020. In the South, the index is down 1.8% to an index of 145.2 in December, down 3.9% from December of 2020. The index in the West, down 10% in December to 95, down 16.2% from a prior year. The key takeaways are this. Contract signings were down 3.8% lower in December from the prior month. Contract signings were down across all regions compared to the prior month and 1 year ago. And existing home sales are expected to decline by 2.8% in 2022, and home prices are expected to go higher by 5% due to the ongoing housing shortage, even as builders ramp up production. That is it for the pending home sales update. Next one will be in February for this month. Hey, if you haven't done so yet, please click the like button. It greatly helps our channel. Thanks for watching. Please check out my other videos. Have a great day.